You ever notice how true terror doesn't come in the shape of a monster, but as a heavy beige envelope? I swear, if you've never felt your heart drop at the sight of an official Oak Grove Meadows Homeowners Association letter, count your blessings. This isn't the friendly, welcome to the neighborhood type of thing. No, sir. This is the parchment of pure suburban tyranny. When you get one of these, deep in your gut, someone's decided you're a problem. So picture this. I'm out in the yard, wrestling with my pathetic excuse for a lawn, when I spot it in the mailbox, fat as a paperback, practically radiating a contagious bureaucratic gloom. I pick it up like it's toxic waste, cart it inside, and toss it on the kitchen island. Chloe, my wife, doesn't even look up from her phone. She sees the shadow of that envelope and just groans, real dramatic. "The Warrant of Death, Volume 5, she sighs. "What's the charge this time?" "Watered the lawn at 9:58 instead of 10:05. She's not wrong. I mean, I'm scared to open the thing, because I know exactly who's behind it. Our HOA president, Sharon. Not Let's Bake Cookies Sharon, no clipboard Sharon. She's got this beige-colored grip on our lives, running Oak Grove like a tiny suburban dictatorship, personally offended by my house. I guess she thinks my siding's a stain on her perfect painting. I finally rip it open. No joke, I swear a little puff of pettiness actually escapes, and I unfold this heavy cardstock letter. "Dear Mr. Harrison," I read in my best robot voice. "A routine inspection conducted on May 12th revealed a violation of the Oak Grove Meadows covenants and restrictions, specifically Article 6, subsection 3C, exterior surface integrity." Chloe sets her mug down, raises an eyebrow. Exterior surface integrity? That sounds less like a rule and more like something you go to the doctor for. But I'm already laughing because it gets better. Sharon's not vague, she's got her sights set. "It was noted that your rear deck facing the wetlands is exhibiting significant paint delamination and surface peeling." Chloe's out of her chair, stomping toward the back door. "Peeling? Dave, it's stain. It doesn't peel. That's not even how stain works." But Sharon doesn't care about science, she cares about control. Listen to this part. "The current state of the deck is considered an eyesore and is not in keeping with the pristine standards of Oak Grove Meadows." Pristine. Like we don't live in a swamp where the air itself tries to rot your porch. So we head outside, sliding the door open like we're crime scene investigators. The deck's a deck. It's seen 3 years, a bit faded where we dragged the grill, sure, but peeling? We scan for clues. Finally, I kneel down and point to this fleck, barely the size of my thumbnail. "There it is," I say, all serious. "This is the significant delamination ruining the whole zip code." Chloe's shaking her head now, going from annoyed to genuinely mad. "4th time this year, Dave. First, it was the unauthorized mailbox color. The color the builder used, by the way. Then it was the unmanicured hydrangea incident. Now this? This is harassment. And I'm boiling, because this isn't about the $180 fine, it's about power. This whole thing started a year ago when I suggested, at a board meeting, maybe we shouldn't blow the entire HOA budget on Sharon's personal garden lighting. Since then, she's had it out for me. I'm not paying it, I say, pacing. I'm not touching that tiny chip. I'm appealing this thing, and I'm bringing a forensic wood expert, a magnifying glass, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to dissect the legal definition of peeling in front of the entire beige brigade. Chloe just sighs. "All right, Dave, but please, no Gettysburg Address this time. They're still mad about your taxation without representation speech." So here we go. The appeal hearing is a circus. I walk into the Oak Grove Clubhouse, a building with its own surface integrity issues, and set my blown-up photo of the thumbnail chip next to their half-eaten donuts. "Board members, Madam President," I say, trying not to sound nuts, "this fine is frivolous. The damage is negligible, not significant peeling by any standard. There's a guy named Gary, probably there for the free donuts, who picks up the photo and squints. He's right, Sharon. It's just a spot." Sharon doesn't even look at him. She just glares at me over her reading glasses, which she wears indoors at night, like she's running a secret society. "Mr. Harrison, the bylaws are clear. Article 6, subsection 3C. All exterior surfaces must be maintained in a pristine and uniform condition. Your deck is neither. The violation was observed by an official board member. By you, Sharon," I shoot back. "You're the only one who saw it." She just says, "Yes. I am the president." The appeal is denied. The fine stands. 10 days to rectify. That's it. No vote. No discussion. Just cold, beige judgment. I grab my photo and walk out furious. When I tell Chloe, she's gentle. Just by the stain, Dave. It's not worth your health. And she's right. That's the smart move. But her words and Sharon's pristine, rectified garbage just keep echoing in my head. And then right there, a terrible, beautiful idea pops into my mind. I'm a details guy, right? I do graphic design for a living. I know my way around fine print. So I tell Chloe, maybe I should read the covenants line by line. She looks at me like I'm nuts. Don't do a Dave thing. Just by the stain. But I'm already gone. 2 fingers of whiskey, and I'm deep into the Oak Grove Covenants PDF. 90 pages of mind-numbing nonsense. And then jackpot. Section 8. Patios and decks. All deck surfaces must be regularly maintained, free of debris, mildew, and peeling. Surfaces must be finished with a single uniform application of stain or paint to ensure a pristine appearance. That's it. A single uniform application. But the color? I scroll back up to Section 7, which has the approved earth tone palette. 30 shades with names like Silent Fawn and Quiet Taupe. But that whole section applies to vertical building surfaces only. Not decks. I check Section 8 again. No color rules. None. The plan goes from spark to bonfire. I stride back out, grinning. Honey, what's your favorite board game? Next morning, I'm on a mission. This isn't about $180. This is war. Sharon wants the peeling fixed? Fine. I'll sand the whole thing down, no stain, just a blank canvas. Contractors think I'm crazy, except for Mateo, a local deck guy who, when I say Oak Grove Meadows, just grins. Let me guess. Does this involve a violation notice and maybe a lady with a visor? You know her? I say. He laughs, she's infamous. I'll give you the Sharon special. Mateo sands the whole deck down baby smooth for $1,750, throwing in free layout and taping. He even brings a buddy to cut perfect vinyl stencils. Just promise me, he says, a picture of Sharon's face when she sees this. That's his price. 2 days later, the Sanders are roaring, Sharon's out patrolling, and when she sees the crew, she gives a smug little nod, like the queen satisfied the peasant is complying. I toast her with my coffee. You're welcome, Sharon. Enjoy the rectification. That weekend, Chloe, who was calling me crazy, now ties her hair back and goes full-on partner in crime. If we're doing this, we're doing it right. We roll on 3 coats of blinding high-gloss white deck paint. Then we apply Mateo's stencils and fill in the circles, red, green, blue, yellow. It's so vibrant it looks photoshopped. Sunday evening, we're standing out there, polka-dotted, exhausted, staring at our masterpiece, a flawless uniform, and by every covenant definition, pristine twister board. It looks like a unicorn had a seizure, Chloe whispers. A pristine seizure, I correct, beaming. Next morning, 8:15 sharp, I set out with my coffee and newspaper, park myself right on left-hand green, right foot blue, and wait. I know Sharon's route. She marches past at 8:15 like clockwork. She walks right past, then does a double take. The high-gloss white and primary colors burn into her brain. Her head turns, her sunglasses lower, like maybe they're broken. I give her a cheery neighbor wave. That breaks the spell. She storms over, cutting straight across my perfect, regulation-height lawn. What is that? She demands, practically purple. Oh, that. I say, all innocence. That's the rectified deck. High-gloss finish. For pristine maintenance. She's fuming. Those colors are not approved. Ah, but see, that's where you're wrong. Section 7's palette is for vertical surfaces. Section 8 decks, no color restrictions. Uniform paint application. That's all it says. Her face drains white as it hits her. There's a loophole, and I just drove a rainbow through it. This is a mockery, she manages. Sharon, it's interactive art. Or just a deck. Either way, it's compliant. It's a game. Exactly. It's Twister. Want a spin? She snaps. You'll be hearing from the board and our lawyers. And stomps off, her clipboard like a weapon. Next day, another envelope. This time, a stack of fines totaling $1,200. Unapproved alteration, public nuisance, operation of an unsanctioned recreational facility. I laugh. Unsanctioned facility? What? Does she think I'm running Six Flags? But Chloe's not laughing. Dave, $1,200 is serious. She mentioned lawyers. And I'll admit, I start to feel the pressure. But then I get stubborn. If she wants a recreational facility, I'll give her one. I send out invitations for the first Oak Grove Twister tournament. Everyone but Sharon. Saturday, I'm nervous, but by 3 o'clock the backyard is packed. Bill brings beer, the Patels bring samosas, the whole block's laughing and playing Twister. Mateo even shows up. They'll call you Twister Deck Dave forever, he jokes. Right at the party's peak, blue and red lights flash. 2 squad cars pull up. Officer Miller, clipboard in hand. We got a report of a public disturbance and unsanctioned gambling. I step up. Officer, it's just a party, no gambling, I promise. He looks past me, scans the deck. His partner Sanchez is trying not to laugh. Sharon's on the sidewalk, screeching about nuisance colors and attracting elements. Miller turns to her. Ma'am, blinding colors aren't a crime. Stop calling 911 unless there's an emergency. As they leave, Sanchez mutters, Did you see the deck, though? Miller just radios in. Situation is right foot green. We're clear. The party erupts, but the war isn't over. 2 days later, a legal-sized envelope arrives. Cease and desist from Gable, and Thorne, threatening an injunction and a lien on my house. Now I'm scared. What do we do? I ask. Chloe, suddenly icy, says, Now I'm mad. Turns out I married a corporate lawyer, contract law and intellectual property, no less. This, she taps the letter, is a very stupid contract. And Sharon just violated about 6 clauses. She drafts a response on her law firm's letterhead, systematically shreds their argument, cites retaliation, selective enforcement, harassment. Concludes that the fines are rejected, the cease and desist is baseless, and if they bother us again, we'll countersue for damages and a board inquiry. We send it certified. And then silence. A beautiful, golden silence. The fines vanish from our HOA portal. Sharon stops walking by our house. The Twister board is untouchable. A month later, Chloe sits next to me on the deck. Mateo just called, she grins. Sharon's putting her house up for sale. And guess who's giving her a quote to fix her deck for the buyers? I nearly spit my drink. So, was my act of malicious compliance justified, or did I turn into the very petty tyrant I set out to defeat? Was Sharon right, or did I take it too far? Drop your thoughts below and share your wildest HOA story. I want to hear it all. And hey, if you like seeing the little guy win, hit subscribe. There's always another beige envelope waiting.